Australia says there's new hope of a breakthrough in the search for the missing Malaysian airliner. That's after China revealed satellite images of a floating object in the southern search area for Flight 370. Now, eNCA's Asia correspondent John Bailey joins us live from Beijing in China with the latest. John, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on eNCA. The search for the missing plane is focused on two specific areas in the South Indian Ocean. Has there been any progress so far?
Yeah, hi, Gustav. What we know at this stage, in fact, the latest news coming in is that a French satellite has also spotted debris in the southern Indian Ocean. So this corroborates with the information that we've already received from Australia as well as from China, that they've spotted debris in that area. The Chinese have said that they've spotted an object that's about 22 meters long. So this could be the wing of the missing MH370 plane, because the wingspan of a Boeing 777 is about 27 meters long. So there's about 8 aircrafts searching this particular area, as well as one naval vessel from Australia. And the Chinese are also sending about between 3 and 5 naval vessels to that area, and Japan and India will also join the search with their planes as well as boats that they are sending. So even though they haven't found anything yet, they are narrowing the search area now, so they are hopeful. And as the Australian Prime Minister said, they are increasingly hopeful that they will find evidence of where this plane is.
John, what are the weather conditions like in the search area, and what factors are compounding the search?
Well, this is one of the deepest oceans that you find, and the currents, that's the problem. The currents are moving very fast. In fact, experts are saying that any debris in that area can move at about 80 kilometers per day. It can move away from the original spot. So this obviously makes the search much more difficult. And there's supposed to be a cold front that's going to set in on that area. So this will bring rain and clouds as well. That will really make it difficult for these search and rescue teams. But come daylight tomorrow morning, we'll have more planes in the area and also more naval vessels that will try and find the location of this vessel. But at the moment, it's a very tough area that they're looking at.
And as far as we know, the satellite images, there's a couple of days delay on them, so so they have to keep that in mind when they're searching.
That's exactly the problem. The information that we got from the Chinese authorities was 5 days old. We're not sure how when the French got their information, but that is really the problem. That's why it's been 3 days since aircrafts have been searching in that area of the South Indian Ocean, and they haven't spotted anything. But with this latest information, they can at least narrow the search area, which is about 2,500 kilometers off the west coast of Australia. So as I said earlier, they are hopeful that they will hopefully within the next day or two hopefully get a location on this plane.
It's still quite a big area there in the middle of nowhere, as you're saying. But let's talk about the families. How are they holding up at this stage?
They're not holding up quite well. I mean, it's day 16 since this plane has disappeared, and yesterday we had a complete breakdown of some family members here in Beijing who are waiting for their loved ones, because we have about 153 Chinese passengers are on that plane. And in fact, we now have a high-level delegation from Malaysia, government delegation, who are here to brief the Chinese, because the Chinese relatives were saying that they are not being briefed properly, they are not getting correct information and not timeously enough. So what happened yesterday was that there was shouting and screaming at these officials, and from today, in fact, the Malaysian authorities have said that no media will be allowed in these briefing sessions with the families, because it just adds to more emotions when the families see the foreign media there.
Okay, thank you so much for talking to us from Beijing. That's eNCA's Asia correspondent John Bailey joining us live from Beijing.
Know more about your world.
eNCA.com